What up world, this your homeboy Wordplay TJ, and I'm back with another video for you. This time around, I'm gonna show you how to upload your music to Distrokid. Stay tuned. So some of the things you need in order to upload to Distrokid are the music, the master recording of the file, preferably in a WAV form. You're gonna need the artwork, and you're also going to need the lyrics typed out and ready to go in a certain format, and I'll show you that later. All right, so here we go. I am ready to upload, and the song that I am uploading here is called Honeysuckle Summer by ISRC Codes. So first off, we're gonna choose all of our retailers here. We're gonna look at who we want to add. I believe we definitely wanna add Snapchat since we own the publishing, and then we'll say yes to that one. So let's scroll on down here. We are dealing with one song, a single. You can also change this into many other songs, and that would be an album. Is it previously released? No. You would answer yes in this situation if it was a song that you are re-releasing at a different time. I'm gonna change this artist name, ISRC Codes. And this is something that you want to pay attention to very closely when you are typing in your artist name. And the reason why you want to pay attention to it is because you want to make sure that your artist information matches the profile that you have on the streaming services. This is how people get the wrong songs on the wrong profiles for Apple Music and Spotify, and then you have to go back and fix it later. So you're all set. This release will appear in Spotify alongside ISRC Codes releases. We're all set for Apple Music, and we're all set for YouTube Music, which is great. If you have a situation where this is wrong, so say for example, let's change this to ISRC Codes, you would have to find the Spotify link for your artist page if you've released music before, or you would have to basically let Distrokid create a new link for your profile if you have never released music before. I'm assuming because you're watching this video, you haven't yet, or you haven't used Distrokid, so that's a good idea to let them create the artist profile for you. So the release date is going to be 2 weeks from now, and we are going to do the 29th. We're going to keep the release time at 12 a.m. You could do it at other countries' time zones, but make sure that you are ready to promote that work if you are sharing it that early, because that's going to be super important. I'm going to make sure that I change this to New York, 12 a.m. in New York, and then it is released simultaneously throughout all countries at the same time. Is this a pre-order? Technically, no, but I want to pitch this to Spotify for early release. So I'm going to say that the pre-order start date is going to be at least on Monday. So that's going to be the 18th. All right, here we go for the record label. The record label is On The Map Music Group. If you don't have a record label, or if you have a basic account with Distrokid, you might not have this option. If you don't have a record label, just put your artist name and you'll be fine. So here we go. Album cover. Optimal size is 3000 by 3000 pixels. I'm going to find some higher res artwork. So let's go look for his artwork and slot that in. So this is not typical where we would kind of leave off some branding, but we chose throughout this album process, or at least throughout releasing singles, that we wouldn't add any branding to the artwork, and we've just let the artwork speak for itself. So here we are with that. You want to make sure that you own the artwork, right? You have all the permissions to share the work, and then it's not somebody else's photo, and you haven't taken it from a place that doesn't give you permission to do so. So if you do use stock footage, make sure to try your best to get all the permissions that you need in order to use it. We're gonna pick a language. Our language for the record is English. Our genre is hip hop and rap. We don't really have a subgenre. We could choose alternative, but this fits more in the hip hop rap category anyway. So track 1. All right, so we're going to call this Honeysuckle Summer. One reason why I closed that gap on Honeysuckle is because searchability. I think it's really important for titles to be searchable, easy to spell. It says do not include featured artists here, add them below instead. If this is a cover song, don't include the original artist names. No years and dates for example. Is there any other artists featured on this song? No. So we can continue on that. If it is yes, then you would click this and then you would specify who's featured. What version of song is this, right? So this is the normal version. This is not a radio edit or anything else. And this song is completely clean. Next up, audio file. So we're going to choose the audio file for this. So they say audio files can be WAV, MP3, M4A, FLAC, AIFF, or WMA, right? All those formats work. I just recommend waveforms. Make sure that your mix engineer or mastering engineer gives you the file that is ready for streaming. Already got an ISRC code, right? So you would want to click on this if you have an ISRC code for this single. Yeah, so if you already have an ISRC code, you would purchase one from isrc.com or something like that and use them in order to label and track the movement of your song. So this is a song identifier. The ISRC code is really, really important to getting your royalties paid on time. They don't use the title of the song. They more so use the ISRC code to make sure that it matches all of the royalties that you're owed. And then they go and figure out the title of the song, the artist, genre, etc., etc., etc. This is also good if you released it as a single but want to put it on your album and you want to keep the same number of plays that you got from the previous track. And so basically you can keep up with the number of streams that you have in case you want to get a gold plaque or a platinum plaque, etc. Most retailers will create an ISRC code for you, so you don't have to really worry about getting an ISRC code every time that you want to release a song. So we're going to move past that. So it says mastered for Dolby Atmos or spatial audio. No, it is not. That is available through Pro Tools, I believe, at the moment, and through specialized studios. But if you don't have the setup for it, which most people don't, then I wouldn't worry about it. Songwriters, right? So this is really important. You want to list all the songwriters and producers of this work. And if you have additional credits that you want to add them here. So this is not a cover song. This was originally written by Icarus Gray and myself. So we're going to go ahead and list the people that contributed. All right. So music was myself. Lyrics. So that was all Joe. Explicit lyrics, no, it is a clean song. Is this a radio edit? No, it's clean. Always has been clean, according to their joke. Instrumental, this song contains lyrics. Yes, it does. So preview start time. Do we want to specify time that people can preview the song? I don't really worry about this. Sometimes people like to specify the hook. I'm okay with them choosing. Track price, we want to keep it at 99 cents for iTunes and Amazon. Tracks over 10 minutes will be priced a little bit higher. All right, here we go for the add-ons. Okay, so the add-ons, these are extra things that aren't required, but you can add them on, obviously. So the Discovery Pack, this includes Shazam, iPhone, Siri, and more. This is 99 cents a year. I definitely recommend it for the discovery of your song. If somebody's out, they hear your song, they want to find it, they will be able to track it using their phone, whether they use Shazam or Siri or other voice activated search. YouTube Content ID, right? So this is kind of negotiable. I think it's a little expensive for the price. So $5 a year plus 20%. Like, I don't know. I'm not okay with that. Maybe just 20%, right? And just take it out of the thing. But like, it is a service, so it's important. But at the same time, I'm going to skip this. You can choose to do it just in case people use your music across YouTube a lot. Store Maximizer. Distrokid will automatically deliver this single to online stores and streaming services as we add them, which is often. So actually you can go back and choose the retailers that you want your music to be in. So every 3 months or so, I go and check for new retailers and then add all of our songs to those retailers. Social phone number. All right, you get a real phone number you can post publicly. Text fans. This is $12.99 a month. Your choice if you want to do it. Loudness normalization, right? So this is dependent on your situation. Increases audio level per Spotify's recommendation at -14 dB LUFS and -1 true peak maximum. So it will level out your song for you. If it's too low, it'll raise it up. If it's too high, it will take it down. My opinion is let the mix engineer or the master engineer do that. Or if you use some type of mastering software or online mastering service, then it will do that automatically in most cases. Title master, MQA, encodes your audio using MQA, displays the master badge on title, delivers audio file quality on streaming services and other devices. So this is basically hi-fi audio, and it's a one-time fee, non-reoccurring. I don't usually add this. I try to get my masters as good as I possibly can, and then I leave them. Leave a legacy. So if something ever happens to your account, this is a one-time fee, non-occurring for every song that you release. That means that if something happens to your account, then your music will always be up for future generations. I usually leave this off, and that's because I have a plan in the background. All right, so here are important checkboxes. I have selected YouTube Music, so I want to allow them to upload to YouTube. That's that YouTube topic track that you see. And if you don't have your YouTube official artist channel connected to your YouTube channel, then make sure you do it through Distrokid. You can do that up in the extra features. Opted into Snapchat, so I wanted to make sure that I got all the rights. Recorded this music, so I'm authorized to sell it. I'm not using any other artist's name in my name, song titles, etc. without their approval, right? So not using famous people to blow your song up. And I have read all the terms and agreements, yes. So we're gonna hit done, and we're gonna upload this bad boy. The artwork is usually pretty quick, and the track takes a little bit longer because it's a bigger file, but this process is usually pretty quick as well. There's a few other processes after this finishes uploading, so I'm going to skip to that part. After it's done, you want to check out some of the information that is here, right? So it says, we are sending your single to stores and telling them to make it live on July 29th, right? It says it's cutting it close. They want 4-week window, which is better than a 2-week window, but in most cases we're fine. It says get to work, and make sure that you send your audience a pre-saved link so they can save this on places like Spotify, and then place this link in your website or in your Instagram and share it. So you can share it on all of these places and get it ready for that. I'm gonna copy this link and send it to Icarus Gray. So here's a part of the process I told you that I want to come back to, which is credit and lyrics. So lyrics are super important. You can sync that on many different profiles, and if you have them ready, then it's important to go ahead and add them. All right, so I'm gonna scroll down to this song, and I'm going to add some plain lyrics, and then later on we're gonna get a chance to sync our lyrics to the music. There's some formatting structure that you need to pay attention to. Don't include the vocalist's name. Don't include extra text like chorus, social media links, etc. Don't do repeated lines. You want to actually write all the lines out. Each line needs to begin with a capital letter. Don't use punctuation at the end of the line. Don't include blank lines except between verses and choruses, right? So no extra blanks. Avoid entering excessively long lines, one sentence per line. So don't combine multiple things. You want to just keep it, hey, I said this, then I said this, then I said that. Don't censor explicit words unless words are dropped in the audio, right? So unless you bleep them, don't bleep them in the text. And then you can check out some guidelines for Music Match and Apple Music as well. I'm gonna check over and make sure I have it all right. Slang is okay in most cases. Just make sure that it is pretty consistent. Make sure I got all that extra punctuation out, and we are good to go. Here we go. I have read and agreed to the terms of lyrics, and we want to save lyrics. There we go. So once the lyrics are approved, I can go through and actually sync the lyrics to the music, and that's a process in and of itself. And perhaps I'll add that at a later time. Hey, yo, I want to jump in for a quick editor's note. One thing that I forgot about: when you are done with your release, you can automatically split payments with your collaborators. If your collaborators are a non-Distrokid member, they will be sent a 50% discount that will be added to their account. But one thing I don't like about this system is that people have to sign up for Distrokid in order for them to keep earning from the royalties that you get. I want to go and find the release. And we did this here. So it is Icarus Gray, Honeysuckle Summer. Next, so we usually do a 80-20 split in this realm. For this song, I produced it. I believe that split is going to be 60-40 at this point. So let's see. Let's go with 40% my way. Add a collaborator. Here's the collaborator. I'm going to find the email for Joe, and then we're going to do 60-40 for this record. They got another thing where you can add in recoupments, right? This is really great. So if somebody made it possible for this record to be out and they gave you money for it, you can recoup them before you receive any payouts, or you can just recoup a certain percentage towards their repayment. Recoupments aren't necessary here, so we're gonna solidify this 40-60 split and then go ahead and review the changes. My video is blocking this, but we're gonna go in and save changes. I'm gonna confirm that, and Joe will be sent an email where he will save that split to his account. All right, so that is it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I appreciate you watching this video. Be sure to check out more of my videos right here on this channel. And if you know somebody, be sure to share this with somebody that might get something out of it. Till next time, it's your homeboy WordPlay TJ. Peace.